Bitcoin drops as market flushes excess leverage. Crypto Daybook Americas. Your day ahead look for October 21st, 2025. By Francisco Rodrigues. All times ET unless indicated otherwise. Bitcoin BTC $108,535.84 dropped to around $107,000 after spending several days recovering from last week's sell-off that wiped out billions in leveraged positions. The downturn is now being interpreted by analysts as a market reset rather than a breakdown. On-chain data from Glassnode suggests the recent volatility flushed out excess leverage without damaging long-term market structure. Funding rates have plunged, futures open interest is down, and realized losses indicate traders are cutting risk rather than abandoning positions entirely. Yet to Samer Hasn, a senior market analyst at XS.com, Bitcoin is trapped within a bearish structure, as it forms successive lower highs and lower lows. For any meaningful reversal to take hold, the asset needs to reclaim and hold solidly above the $111,000 threshold, which is a level that would help rebuild the confidence required for trend stabilization, Hasn wrote in an email. Until then, market rallies are likely to be viewed as temporary corrective moves within a broader downtrend. Still, some crypto market participants see this as a buying window. BitMine, led by Fundstrat's Tom Lee, committed $800 million to its already massive Ether treasury, while Blockchain.com has held talks to go public via a US SPAC deal. Similarly, Ripple-backed Evernorth Holdings signed a SPAC deal to list on Nasdaq as it targets over $1 billion to create the largest public XRP treasury. Meanwhile, macro shifts are supporting risk assets. Equity prices are rising as trade tensions between the US and China alleviate and nervousness over the US regional bank credit risks ease. Gold is down more than 2% to $4,265 as capital rotates back into risk. The technical setup appears to be what's dragging the wider crypto market down, with the CoinDesk 20, CD20, index retreating 3.56% in the last 24 hours and all members trading lower. The broader crypto market continues to experience a deep phase of deleveraging, with traders stepping back as volatility rises and confidence fades in sustaining higher levels, Hasn noted. Should this pattern persist, it may later serve as a foundation for a more resilient bull recovery once macro and liquidity conditions improve. He wrote, echoing his colleague Lin Tran. Stay alert. For a more comprehensive list of events this week, see CoinDesk's Crypto Week Ahead. For a more comprehensive list of events this week, see CoinDesk's Crypto Week Ahead. For a more comprehensive list of events this week, see CoinDesk's Crypto Week Ahead. By Oliver Knight. Crypto Treasury Companies. Spot BTC ETFs. Spot ETH ETFs. Source, Farside Investors. Crypto October 21, 11:35 a.m. Eastern Time. Galaxy Digital, GLXY, is hosting a Q3 2025 post-earnings AMA on X.Macro October 21, 8:30. Canada September inflation rate. Headline YOY estate 2.3%. Mom estate minus 0.1%. Core YOY, previous. 2.6%. Mom, previous. 0%. October 21st. The Federal Reserve Board hosts the Payments Innovation Conference in Washington, D.C. Watch live. Earnings. Estimates based on FactSet data. October 21st. Galaxy Digital, GLXY, pre-market. October 21st, 11:35 a.m. Eastern Time. Galaxy Digital, GLXY, is hosting a Q3 2025 post-earnings AMA on X. October 21st, 8:30. Canada September inflation rate. Headline YOY estate 2.3%. Mom estate minus 0.1%. Core YOY, previous. 2.6%. Mom, previous. 0%. October 21st. The Federal Reserve Board hosts the Payments Innovation Conference in Washington, D.C. Watch live. October 21st. Galaxy Digital, GLXY, pre-market. Governance votes and calls Gnosis DAO is voting on a proposal to fund ProBlab with $105,000 to develop detailed performance and security metrics for the Gnosis Chain P2P network. Voting ends October 21.1. Dow is voting to remove the 5% unicorn power staking requirement for Fusion resolvers. Voting ends October 21. Unlocks no major unlocks. Token launches no major launches. Gnosis DAO is voting on a proposal to fund ProBlab with $105,000 to develop detailed performance and security metrics for the Gnosis Chain P2P network. Voting ends October 21.1. Dow is voting to remove the 5% unicorn power staking requirement for Fusion resolvers. Voting ends October 21st. No major unlocks. No major launches. Day 2 of 2. DG Assets US 2025, Miami. Day 2 of 2. FinTech Fringe Festival 2025, London. Day 1 of 2. Zebu Live, London. South Korean exchanges Upbit and Bithum listed a number of lower market cap tokens on Tuesday, prompting a series of explosive moves to the upside. Upbit notably added $0.01298 with $1 and $1 trading pairs. SynFutures is a decentralized derivatives exchange that hopes to rival Hyperliquid, and Aster.f climbed more than 50% after the listing before giving back some of the gains. Trading volume increased by 669% to more than $200 million. Bithum, meanwhile, listed Zora and Recall. The former rallied by more than 10% while Recall moved in line with the wider market. The increases following the listings bucked the altcoin market trend on Tuesday, with several assets facing double-digit moves to the downside. The CoinDesk 80 index fell 4.5% in the past 24 hours. Cake and ETHFI both lost 10% while ETH, BNB and SOL all dropped 4% to 5% as negative sentiment crept back into the market. Traders are now analyzing whether the market's bounce over the weekend formed a lower high, which is indicative of a bearish trend and potential bear market reversal, following fresh record highs less than a month ago. The Bitcoin futures market is showing a measured recovery, with open interest increasing to $26.06 billion as traders gradually re-engage. The 3-month annualized basis remains stable within the neutral to bullish 5% to 6% range. Significantly, funding rates have flipped back to mostly neutral or positive, indicating that the short-side conviction seen previously has cleared. OKX is currently leading this shift with a high positive rate of 7.51%. The BTC options market is strongly bullish, underpinned by the increasing expectation of future price swings. The implied volatility term structure is upward sloping, signaling that the market expects volatility to increase over time. Concurrently, the 25 delta skew is rising across all time frames, and now exceeds 11.86%. This high positive skew confirms that traders are paying a large premium for upside exposure. Call options, reflecting significant conviction for a sustained rally, despite the near-neutral 24-hour put-call volume, which is 49% to 51% in favor of puts. CoinGlass data shows $320 million in 24-hour liquidations, with a 76% to 24% split between longs and shorts. BTC, $88 million, ETH, $85 million, and others, $33 million, were the leaders in terms of notional liquidations. The Binance liquidation heat map indicates $112,300 as a core liquidation level to monitor, in case of a price rise. BTC is down -2.98% from 4 p.m. Eastern Time Wednesday at $107,816.26, 24 hours. -2.62%. ETH is down 3.3% at $3,867.69 at $2,607.45, 24 hours. -3.84%. CoinDesk 20 is down 3.6% at $3,566.33, 24 hours. -3.46%. Ether CSR composite staking rate is up 2 BPS at 2.84%. BTC funding rate is at 0.0035%, 3.7931% annualized, on Binance. DXY is up 0.27% at 98.85. Gold futures are down 1.91% at $4. 276.00. Silver futures are down 5.43% at $48.60. Nikkei 225 closed up 0.27% at 49. 316.06 Hang Seng closed up 0.65% at 26. 027.55 FTSE is up 0.21% at 9,423.22 Euro. Stocks 50 is unchanged at 5. 678.39 DJIA closed on Monday up 1.12% at 46. 706.58 S&P 500 closed up 1.07% at 6. 735.13 Nasdaq Composite closed up 1.37% at 22. 990.54 S&P/TSX Composite closed up 1.02% at 30. 416.44 S&P 40 Latin America closed up 1.11% at 2. 916.62 U.S. 10-year Treasury rate is down 1.6 bps at 3.972%. E-mini S&P 500 futures are down 0.12% at 6. 765.75 E-mini Nasdaq 100 futures are down 0.11% at 25. 276.25 E-mini Dow Jones Industrial Average Index are down 0.18% at 46,827.00. BTC dominance 59.6%, unchanged. Ether to Bitcoin ratio 0.03587, minus 0.36%. Hash rate, 7-day moving average 1,133 EH/S hash price. Spot $46.49 total fees. 2.93 BTC/$324. 314 CME futures open interest, 144,835 BTC priced in gold. 25.6 Oz BTC versus gold market cap. 7.23%. After rallying into the upper $111,000s yesterday, BTC was rejected from the 20-week exponential moving average, EMA, and is now trading around $107,900. For bulls to maintain momentum, a daily close above the 200-day EMA and a weekly close above $107,400 would help confirm the swing failure pattern established in early September. On the downside, the 50-week EMA, currently around $100,200, remains the next major area of support on the higher time frame. Coinbase Global Coin closed on Monday at $343.78, plus 2.31%. Minus 1.54% at $338.50 in pre-market Circle Internet. CRCL closed at $130.81, plus 3.42%, minus 0.95% at $129.57. Galaxy Digital. GLXY closed at $39.65, plus 4.95%, plus 2.3% at $40.56. Bullish. BLSH closed at $58.76, plus 2.96%, minus 1.77% at $57.72. Mara Holdings. Mara closed at $20.73, plus 5.93%, minus 2.03% at $20.31. Riot Platforms. Riot closed at $22.01, plus 9.89%. Minus 1.95% at $21.58. Core Scientific. CORZ closed at $18.81, minus 1%, plus 3.14% at $19.40. CleanSpark. CLSK. Closed at $20.40, plus 4.48%, minus 1.08% at $20.18. CoinShares Valkyrie Bitcoin Miners ETF. WGMI closed at $59.77, plus 2.64%. Exodus Movement. EXOD closed at $26.13, plus 5.11%, minus 0.92% at $25.89. Strategy. MSTR closed at $296.61, plus 2.33%. Minus 1.94% at $290.85. Semler Scientific. SMLR closed at $23.65, plus 2.03%. SharpLink Gaming. SBET closed at $14.79, plus 3.14%, minus 2.16% at $14.47 UPXI. UPXI closed at $5.72, plus 5.93%, minus 2.97% at $5.55 Light Strategy. LITS closed at $1.98, plus 5.32%. Daily net flows, minus $40.40 million cumulative net flows. $61.47 billion total BTC holdings, 1.35 million. Daily net flows, minus $145.70 million cumulative net flows. $14.47 billion total ETH holdings, 6.78 million. British Columbia to permanently ban new crypto mining projects from grid. CoinDesk: the province will block hookups to power supplier BC Hydro for digital asset miners to reserve limited electricity for job-rich projects, and will cap AI and data center loads before allocating capacity in 2026. Japan makes history as Takaichi set to become the country's first woman prime minister. CNBC: Sanai Takaichi won 237 of 465 lower house votes after the Liberal Democratic Party struck a coalition deal with the Japan Innovation Party, clearing her path to lead. UK government overshoots borrowing target in first half, making tax rises likely. The Wall Street Journal: a £20.2 billion, $27 billion. September shortfall lifted the 6-month gap to £99.8 billion versus a £92.5 billion forecast, sharpening investor focus on Chancellor Rachel Reeves' November 26 budget.